Hello Internet. So today, welcome back to another video. Today we are hunting for cheap deals on Aliexpress and we have found something amazing. This is the Machinist Boutique motherboard. And as you can tell from the quality of this printed box, this is going to be a brilliant motherboard. High quality, indestructible. Now, I've been hunting for deals on AliExpress because I wanted to make the cheapest gaming computer for under 150 English pounds. So, for example, at the moment you can pick up the AMD 3300X, which is a brilliant, bargain CPU, for around, I think it's £120 plus then a B450 motherboard for, let's say, another £60 to £70. So, with an RX 480, again, another cheap graphics card that you can pick up for maybe £50 to £80. What I want to do is see if this motherboard and a cheap x99 server CPU can match the performance. I ordered this motherboard, I think it was the 11th of June, and it came today. Now that was after paying a custom charge, which you may have to think about, especially if you're ordering from AliExpress. Now obviously the charges vary depending on which country you're in, but this cost me 68 English potatoes and it cost me another 11 potatoes to actually get it into the country and shipped to me from the Royal Mail. As we can see from their brilliant marketing, we have this high quality printed box art, which shows absolutely nothing about the motherboard that's inside, possibly because they just shove all of their motherboards in the same box. Now, obviously, you don't get this sort of quality from companies like Asus or Gigabyte or, all the top players because they haven't thought inside the box. So, for example, here is a Sabertooth motherboard. This is the X99. And obviously you can see this is obviously a lot lower quality than our Machinist branding. So how much did I pay for this motherboard? I paid £68. That was the AliExpress listing. Now what I didn't know is incoming goods into the United Kingdom, you have to pay tax and a handling fee. So £11 was charged from the Royal Mail for me to actually receive this. So do remember that if you're going to be buying something from AliExpress, do remember that you may have to pay a charge, which in this case was £11. So it brings up to £78, which at the moment is quite expensive. Now you must be thinking you're absolutely bonking mad because there's no way you're going to get it under the cost of a 3300X. Now, this is where my secret weapon comes into play. So, this motherboard supports Xeon chips. Now, this is a E5 2620 V3. Now, this is overclockable and it only cost me £20 on eBay. And this is a 6-core clocked at, 2.4 gigahertz. And it is also, you can overclock this. So, we're going to obviously see if we can squeeze more out of this. So let's go ahead and open this motherboard up. Let's have a look at the front box first. We can see it says high quality, indestructible. A very crap picture of a shield on the front. No picture of the motherboard at all. Coming round to the back, again it says esports helper. So this will help you be an esports champion. And strong compatibility, high efficiency, and what's that? Safety protection. So you're safe with this motherboard. CGCT, don't know what that means, but it must be something good. We have quality assurance, so it must be a real premium product. And we also have worry-free after sales. So if I have any problems, they probably would not care. Finally, it says they've removed the plastics from the packaging to help the environment. Now, that is good, but I really hope the motherboard is not just wrapped in a piece of paper. So, let's go ahead and open this up. On the sides, we have no more information. Dear customers, hello. As the motherboard is very sophisticated electronic equipment, many components are fragile. You need care. So I need care, unfortunately. I didn't think I was ready to go into care yet, but maybe in a few years. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. Oh, screams quality, look at that. So we have a SATA cable in the box, chuck that out the way, and then wrapped up in a anti-static pad we have the motherboard itself. So there is no instructions, we have an IO shield, which is just a basic IO shield, and we have the motherboard. Let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, look at this. It actually looks quite nice. I'm actually fairly impressed with the actual look of the motherboard. So we've got this white PCB, or it's like a silvery grey PCB. And we've got this frame over the top here for the LGA 2011. I think this is so you can fit a server CPU cooler. So we got the socket in the middle. And we've got our two DIMM slots here. Now, what's confusing me is I believe x99 is actually quad channel memory, but we only have two slots for what is, I think, for DDR3 and two slots for DDR4. So do they expect you to run only dual channel memory, or how does that work? That's very strange. So looking on the actual motherboard here, we can see there is not really much on it. It's very bare bones. One thing I do like is this PCI slot is actually like a metal, so that's actually quite nice. So that will, I've seen that on some newer higher end boards, so that's nice. We've got an M.2 slot here for our SSD, or our NVMe SSD. Coming down, we've got our USB 3 connector. USB 2, what else? We got our front panel connector. We have got another PCI expansion slot down here, which is nice. Then we've got our audio. So this is our onboard audio chip, which I believe is just using an Intel chip. So the actual audio there, it doesn't have Dolby or anything, just the basic outputs on there. We've got a 8-pin connector. And we've got our 4-pin connector for our fan on there. Let's see, we've got 4 SATA ports on here. Don't know what controller they're using. I believe it'll just be the basic Intel one. So there's no expansion or anything. We've just got 4 SATA ports on there. Now, if you were to get a genuine x99 motherboard from a, let's say, from ASUS or whoever, it would be packed with features because it's the top platform. You see, it's the, at the time, the X99, which then got replaced by the X299, was the enthusiast platform. Now there's nothing that screams enthusiast about this motherboard. It's very basic. You can see there's hardly any traces, of surface mounted components on the motherboard. It's very, very bare bones. So we've got our VRM heatsink at the top here. I don't think I'm going to have a very good job at actually overclocking much on this VRM setup. It does look very, very poor. So coming round to the I/O, we have everything we need. We've got what's that? 4 USB 2s and 4 USB 3s. It's nice to have enough USB ports, but we have nothing else on here other than those. We've got our gigabit Ethernet port on there, which is nice. There's no battery. So apparently I have to supply my own battery. I know why they've done this. It's to do with transportation, I think. That's a real pain. I'm going to have to get a battery now for this. I think they've done it for transportation because you're not supposed to ship things with batteries without actually, declaring them. So that might be why. Oh, there's something up here. We have a, what's this? Quality control sticker up here. Quality control. Look at this little heatsink here on the actual chipset. That's nice, I suppose. Now X99 motherboards would have usually been full ATX, or most of them would have been, because they would have been packed full of features, but this is an M-ATX motherboard, which I actually appreciate because it means we can get it into smaller cases. Now, turning it round on the back, we have a painted, again, a white PCB, which is actually really nice. I actually really like the PCB. Now, turning it back round, our audio apparently lights up with a little red line. So that should show us the separation between the motherboard and the audio. Don't know why that really matters. So what else we got on here? Fan connectors. Okay, so we got one fan connector at the top here. And is that it? Where am I going to plug my other fans in? So we only look to have one fan connector, which is a bit crap, really. I know it's a cheap motherboard, but it's not that cheap in comparison, really. I'm struggling to find anything else on this motherboard that looks even remotely okay. Okay, so it's only fair to do a comparison. Obviously, we have our X99 Chinese motherboard, and then we have its predecessor. So this is the X79 Asus Sabertooth, and as you can tell, we know which one is better, and it is by far the X99 motherboard, because this is newer, so this is the better one. So I've just grabbed some Corsair DDR3. Now these outer slots are for DDR3, which only the Xeons support the DDR3. So it's dual channel, but you can't put a proper CPU in here because then you won't have the quad channel. You'll be limited to the dual channel. So far not so good. I might grab some DDR4 just to see if we can put that in there and take this out, see what works with our server chip, and then we'll get this hooked up on the actual test bed. Okay, so thanks for watching my unboxing, if you made it all the way through so far. Now, we've got our processor in at the moment. This is our 2620V3. Now, hopefully we'll be able to overclock this, because this apparently boosts to, I think it's 3.2 gigahertz. Now, we've got our DDR4 memory installed. Now, the bad thing about this motherboard is you've got two DIMM slots there for DDR3. Now, some of the older Xeons, they will support the cheaper DDR3, but this processor, so cheap as it is, it's a 6-core for £20. So why not just put the quad channel DDR4 and limit it to this line of Xeons? Why give support for the older ones and have this Frankenstein of DDR4 and DDR3? Makes no sense. But you know, I guess DDR3 is cheaper than the DDR4. So to summarise, the motherboard's quality is crap. You only have one fan connector at the top, and you're it's very bare bones. But I checked my Aliexpress order, and it was only £62. So 62 plus, I think it was £11 to get it into the country. We're still talking under £100 for a 6-core. So other options, on eBay you could maybe squeeze in something like a 49-30k for under £100. That's going to be a 6-core. What else? Maybe a 1156 platform, but then that's going to be around the 4. You're going to have 4 cores, but again, that's going to be a lot cheaper. You can get a motherboard and processor from the normal lineup for under 100. So again, for your new options, you could go for a AMD 3300X, which will be, is a brilliant CPU. It will give you upgrade paths, but again, that's going to be more expensive with just the chip coming in at 120 plus a motherboard, which is between 70 and another, £100. So for half that, we can get the motherboard and processor. And in the next video, we're going to be putting this thing to the test and making sure that it actually works. and putting in a RX 480, because that's the best budget graphics card you can get at the moment, or a 580 or something. It's just, I have a 480 lying around to use as a test one. So in the next video we'll be testing it, making sure we can run Fortnite at those high frame rates. So make sure you check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.